Good morning, everybody. I just want to say a quick hello and also give you a few words of encouragement. So, we know that we are just about at the end of the year, and Lord willing, we're going to be crossing over into a new year. So, my encouragement for you today is to finish strong. And one of the ways that I want to finish strong is by being reminded of all of the blessings that God has afforded me this year. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that everything in my life is perfect, that everything has turned out in this year the way that I would like. But what I do know is that the more grateful that I am for what God has already done, for the blessings that I already enjoy, the things that I already have in life, and not just material things, but peace, love, joy, all of those things. There are so many things that God has done for us that we can't even name them all. But if you would join me in these last few weeks before we cross over into 2019, as you are planning for your new year, as you are thinking about what you're going to do in the first quarter, second, third, and fourth, and how you are going to continue some things that worked well, how you're going to do some things differently that didn't work so well, the ways in which you're going to change it up, the ways in which you're going to stay the same. While you're thinking about all of that, join me in just thinking about 2 or 3 things that you are grateful for on a daily basis from now until we cross over into 2019. So I'm going to get it started right now by just naming some things that we think are simple. Like, I thank God for waking me up this morning. Listen, a lot of people that went to bed last night, they thought they were going to wake up too, but they didn't. It was their time to be called into eternity. And so I'm excited that God has allowed me to still be here. I have another day to, as we say, get it right. I have another day to thank God for. I have another day to continue my purpose, complete the tasks that God has given me, all the things that are assigned to my hand. I'm excited that God has given me another day to work on those things. So that's one of the things that I am grateful for. I'm just grateful to be alive. I turned 50 this year. So like I said, everything didn't go the way that I completely planned, that the way that I saw, that I thought it would go for 50, but I am eternally grateful. God has really been good to me. I have my life. I also have a reasonable portion of health. I say that because I have had some challenges. I had some injuries. Being in the military has its own set of perks and challenges. And so some of my challenges have been that I've experienced some injuries. So I haven't been able to do some of the things that I would like. So it turned out a little differently. I'll just say that, than I thought it would. However, God was tremendously good to me this year and favored me in so many ways. I learned so much this year. So I'm grateful for my health. I know I am a little hoarse. I'm just getting over a cold, but I thank God that He raised me up off of the sick bed one more time. And as I'm preparing for things that I need to do to cross over into this new year, again, the second thing that I'm most grateful for is to have my health. Thirdly, I want to thank God that I have a mind to serve. Now, I know that may sound a little crazy, or like, I have a mind to serve. What does that mean exactly? What I mean by that is, again, it's all tied together. I'm alive. I have my health and strength. So that means that I still have an opportunity to serve the people around me, those that I love and know, and some that I don't know. I believe that, so I'm a Christian, so I have a Christian worldview. So when I look at things, I try to look at it through a spiritual lens, and I measure it against the Bible, because that's what I live my life by. So I say all of that to say that, there are a lot of people who are really struggling at this time. They're depressed because loved ones that they had last year are not here. Listen, I've experienced some of that same kind of loss. I lost my grandmother last year, the last of my grandparents, and it's a little tough, but I also am grateful for all the years that I had with her. She was well into her 80s when she passed. She was the matriarch of our family, and she was indeed a great, great blessing. I learned a lot from her, and I learned where the strength of the women in our family comes from, and the ability to stick and stay. All of those things were things that my grandmother actually imparted to my mom, who in many ways imparted those things to me. So I know that this is a tough time for a lot of people, because you may have lost a loved one that you're used to seeing around. And I wouldn't dare tell you not to grieve. I know so many times, people around us, they have a timeline for how quickly they think we should get over something. But I know that God puts our tears in a bottle. He's concerned about everything that concerns us. He feels our hurt, our pain. He knows when we're anxious, angry, sad, whatever we may be going through, whether it is those kinds of emotions or even when we're happy. But what I would encourage you to do, beloved, that even if you've experienced some kind of loss, you can still be grateful for what you have. You can be grateful for what you have, and what the people that you love left behind. And as I stated, I don't have my grandmother here with me anymore. She has gone on to heaven. She is resting in heaven. But I thank God. I'm so grateful for all the years that I was able to spend with her and watch her and be under her and feel her love and her guidance and all of those things. So that's the third thing that I'm grateful for. Just having a mind to be grateful. Being in my right mind. There are a lot of people who are struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder. There are a lot of people who are struggling with depression. There are a lot of people who are, just deeply unhappy, and they're not even sure why. They don't even know why they're deeply unhappy. So I thank God that I have a mind that stayed on Him, that I find joy in knowing who God is. And I also take pleasure and I find happiness in my family and my friends and in all the ways that God has been good to me, because He really has been gracious. He has been merciful. So those are the three things that I'm going to start with. And I'm going to ask you to join me for the rest of the month. And, when you get up in the morning, for those of us that are Christians, it's almost like second nature. We get out of bed and we just begin giving God thanks. We may fall to our knees and begin our day with prayer, where we spend time talking with God, and that's great. But I want you to take more time, or more specific time, just to think of, 2 to 3 things that you're grateful for, that God has blessed you with in this year. Again, it may not be financial, it may not be material. However, if it is financial, if it is material, if it's anything along those lines, you be grateful for that also. Don't let people embarrass you, put you in a box, make you feel like there's something wrong because God has been good to you by way of material things as well. Whatever it is you get up in the morning and you thank God for, you do just that. Being grateful will change your day. Beloved, if you just think on the goodness of God, no matter what's going on in your life, your day will change. If you wake up, and I tend to be this kind of person because I have to multitask a lot of times during my day. My eyes will pop open. I'll automatically pray, give God thanks. But then I go right on to thinking, oh, I got to do this. I got to go here. I got this going on. Oh, I'm behind the power curve in this, or, what have you. But I guarantee you, if you really start your day with thanksgiving, you start your day with gratefulness, then it will change the perspective and your outlook on your entire day. Some of the things that seem to loom like extremely large will no longer seem like that, because you'll begin to think about the goodness of God and how he's been beside you, how he's kept you, even in difficult times, even in unsure times, when you weren't sure what you were going to do about a situation. When you put it in God's hands, he came through just in time, So join me in these last few days that we have, these last few weeks that we have in the month of December, and just get up and be grateful and thank God for something. Okay? So you can leave your comments, down below. You can leave your comments, and you can also post your own videos, tag me in them. That would be great. I love to hear what you're thanking God for, what you're grateful for, how you're going to go into the new year thanking God for what you already have. I promise you, beloved, if you do that, it will set you up for the blessings that God is going to give you in the new year. If he knows that he can trust you, even with something as simple as a thank you, just something as simple as a thinking back to what he's already done for you, how he's already made ways out of no way, how you've had to rely on him and you did it with the utmost confidence. I'm here to tell you, beloved, that allows God to bless you even more, because he knows that he can trust you with what he's already given you. Amen. All right, you guys enjoy your day. I'm going to try to enjoy mine. I've got to get to work and run some errands, and I'm also going to head to Bible study because I'm looking forward to that as well. So you all be blessed. Again, leave what you're grateful for down in the comments below this video, and then also if you make your own, tag me in it, okay? Because I would like to celebrate with you the things that God has blessed you with in the ways that he's been good to you. All right, beloved, be blessed.